This is Oba, one of Igbo land.
Igbos in Nigeria, 73% said sometimes or always they were treated unfairly by the government. This is last year. This is the highest rate of any ethnic group surveyed in Africa. In their view, they are sometimes or always treated unfairly by the government.
So it's issue of injustice?
It is a deep grievance, and it's a disconnect from the Nigeria project, as was mentioned earlier. And I mentioned that number just to underscore the underlying grievance that has to be addressed. So amnesty is potentially part of a package, but the disconnect has to be addressed, and the Southeast is a core pillar of the Nigeria project. It comes back to the discussion of its importance. So all of these issues that are being discussed are inherently political. They're being seen through a political lens. For example, infrastructure, development. The grievance is you have a very productive region that is exporting not just to Nigeria, but internationally. You have, I think, Imo and Anambra are number 4 and number 6 for GDP in Nigeria. And that was in 2021, which was a very violent year. So even amidst the violence, three of the 5 states in Southeast are in the top 12 for GDP per capita. Yet there's no seaport. The bridges are not good. The roads are not good. So it is a development and infrastructure issue, but it's seen through a political lens as a political grievance. The same with security, which is you have significant deployment of security forces, yet the perception is the DPOs are not from Southeast. Many of the officers are not from Southeast. They are not necessarily well-versed in the local context. And so they're not performing the role of community security in a way that they or other communities would expect. So that's a security issue.
Welcome to this channel. Please don't forget to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. If you are watching for the very first time, then you can press your notification button so that you'll be able to have access to our video whenever we upload. Today being 17th of June 2025, it's another day that we are expecting the Finland government to entertain another case to establish another case against Samonepa in Finland. What is your expectation, Mase Chinedu?
Of course, we are going to discuss why Samonepa has won the first one and it's not still okay. I think this should be the 3rd time he's appearing before a Finnish court. And from what we are seeing on the video circulating, we're sure that Samonepa is going to get a victory at the end of the day. Well, it is a victory not only for Samonepa, but for people who are seeking refuge in foreign land and trying to launch freedom in their respective countries, which is something that is being granted or guaranteed by United Nations Charter. People have right to self-determination, and in the midst of conquest, the United Nations Charter also encourages people to defend themselves. Samonepa is reacting to the jihadist movement that is taking place in Nigeria already, which Nigeria government also know that what is happening is purely a conquest agenda by the Fulanis. And so for somebody like that to stand up and begin to create a consciousness of defense for his own people, I don't know how Finnish government, Finnish citizens, Finnish nation, country, who a lot of people around the world see as one of the freest countries in the world, can now turn around against their own citizens. I'm not ruling it out completely of their gas and oil interests in Nigeria. But this thing became significant after the Vice President, Shetima, met with Alexander Stubb in an unknown destination, at which the picture circulated all over the social media, and that was where the deal was actually struck. Then what is the rationale that the same Alexander Stubb was praising how they fought liberation and liberated Finland from the grip of USSR, from the grip of Russia? And somebody is doing it. I can make references to personalities that have established freedom movement outside their mother nations, and nothing was done. I talk about Jen Wiesman. I think I'm familiar with that. That started the Zionist movement in Russia. At the end of the day, we are now having a state of Israel. Physically, everybody can see in 1948. We don't want to know what transpired during the Nigeria-Biafra war. But I think to an extent, this man has impacted the world with the agitation, restoration, and recognition of Biafra as a nation, as a country. And if it is based on interest, the Arab world are using the Fulanis in Nigeria, politicians, to achieve, to clamp down on Biafran agitators, who are most likely Christians. That means this is another way of compromising Finland into the reality on ground. I would have loved a situation that why this lawyer, Kamarus Gumerus, is doing everything possible as a renowned global international legal luminary who has knowledge on issues that has to do with treasonable felony, or the type of case Martin Samoneba is already involved in. You can't tell me that the Finnish government is going to compromise the victory is going to achieve at the end of the day. These are the challenges the Biafran agitators need to go through. There is no cause for alarm. The God of heaven is aware. We have thousands of people lined up already, waiting, watching. Let the world take decision. Let the world observe the struggle of Biafra. Let the world know that the Biafran did not fold their arms to watch freedom delivered to them. They wait for it.
In your word, it sounds like Alexander Stubb, the Prime Minister of Finland, might have been compromised. But I think Finland is a country that we respect a separation of power. He is from executive, but Tamonekwa is facing judiciary now. Do you want to see this scenario, or can we say we want to see the scenario of a particular situation where executive will influence judiciary, as we usually see it in Nigeria? Do you see a scenario like that in Finland?
Yes. Money in a situation, the white people are not saints. They take bribes too. Some of them take bribes. Some of them goes into deals. Some of them compromise at the end of the day for one thing or the other. They need to do. Some of them strike deals that are beneficial to their country, to the extent of affecting other people. You don't know what Nigerian government has offered the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria that went and convinced Alexander Stubb on the issue surrounding Simon Ekpa. Anybody that rose against Simon Ekpa and question what Simon Ekpa is doing without shooting a gun, using a gun against anybody, just saying stand up and defend yourself. What is coming is Fulani conquest, and it is real, and you must defend yourself. The Fulani jihadis have infiltrated Nigerian military, and their target is to conquer the Biafra land. I do not see the reason why, Finnish government to that extent, having known with the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, is he blind or is he deaf? Or he has not heard about the killings of the Igbo people in the eastern, in their homeland, and that we should not defend themselves. even when the Nigerian military and the DSS are saying, go and defend yourself.
At least you can see what is happening in Benue,
So
Plateau, and they are affecting everywhere.
Yes, so I do not understand the compromise and why Bola Ahmed Tinubu government should actually allow such thing to take place to an extent that they were celebrating the arrest of Simon Ekpa in Asoro.
I even see a particular news, I don't know how genuine it is. There are some witnesses that they want to send into Finland from Nigeria, and that one said that Simon Ekpa has destroyed so many of his business. Do you see this kind of a thing happening? Or
let me tell you very clearly, such thing would not be entertained in a foreign land. Simon Ekpa becomes the first black man in the European nation to go to court over the sovereignty of a nation. So he has already had that record, has broken that record already, you know. And if they are trying to fraternize with elements of of course, among 12, there must be Judas. So if those who the federal government is sending to Finland to go against and testify against Simon Ekpa, you know, for me, it will not be entertained at the end of the day. You know, those people will end up exposing themselves to the 85 million Biafrans all over the world. So I don't think that it will be entertained. That's why I'm questioning the rationale of, you know, taking Simon Ekpa to court. What does Alexander Stubb, the president, want to achieve with that? And remember, Simon Ekpa is also a political member of the ruling party in Finland. And you can see the level. Simon Ekpa have denied anything that has to do with Nigeria, and is asking the world to intervene on the issue that has to do with restoration of Biafra. And to understand, the guy has impacted the world, you know, with a Biafran movement. And you can look at what is happening now. You know, the ECOWAS has accepted the invitation to sign Biafra Charter to establish diplomatic missions in ECOWAS state, and of course to understand AU state. You know, these are some of the structures Simon Ekpa has put in place, which the Fulanese does not want to see. And they can go to any extent to stop a voice that is challenging their hidden agenda. The world will not tell us, the Finnish government will not tell us, the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria will not tell us that it has not heard that people are dying in the eastern part of the country. That is why we are saying that when we have this type of people at the level of presidency for so long, they have compromised.
Before I ask you your rates about, your rates about Simon Ekpa being free today, let me ask this. Do you think color, or racism working against Simon Ekpa in Finland because he's a black man? Do you see that maybe it can work against him, because we have seen that Finland may be Finland's authority may be compromising, but I think if it is a white man, we dare throw away their real citizen out from Nigeria. Do you think color play out?
No, that's the real area where a lot of people are suspecting, greasing the hand through the back door by the Nigerian government. That has triggered Finnish government taking such action. I don't want to buy into that the Finnish government have history of racism. I don't want to buy into that. But I'm looking at how the presidency themselves, the leaders themselves has compromised, their standard as a free nation. And given that Simon Ekpa married a Finnish woman and a citizen of that country, so it is very, very clear that they want to take Simon Ekpa to court, and knowing fully well that Simon Ekpa is sure of victory. And not only that, the Burkina Faso leader, Traoré Ibrahim, has also identified a certain interest, on what is going on in Finland concerning Simon Ekpa. So you can see at that global level, once they are drawing this attention to these people, the more Biafra has continued to spread. And that is the advantage it has, but that is the disadvantage advantage, they did not see it coming. They thought that when it happened, just like the case of President Kanu, once they get there, he will be killed. They are trying him already. He has won the first phase, he has won the second phase, and we're expecting that he's going to win the third phase at the end of the day. And he's going to come out victorious. And Nigerian government and the Fulani agenda will not be able to hold Finnish government to ransom again over whatever activity, because it has been tried. I don't know what they're going to actually use against Samonepa in the recess of it, when they see that Nigerians themselves, including the eastern part of the country where Samonepa came from, are dying on daily basis as a result of unprovoked conquest.
So as we are going, I want you to rate your optimism, about Samonepa being released today. What is the percentage?
The expectations that the matter is dead on arrival, and the trial of Samonepa is criminality on the side of the Finnish government. The trial of Samonepa is the trial of the Biafran government in exile. The trial of Samonepa is the trial of Africanism. The trial of Samonepa is the consciousness, of the way and manner Africa has been treated, within the European states or nations. The trial of Samonepa, a signal that a consciousness is rising in Africa. The trial of Samonepa shows that a nation is going to be recognized soon, and that nation is nothing but Biafra in Africa.
Thank you.